So far, I have explained three phases of project development process. The first one is task, understanding problem domain as well as solution domain. Second one is analysis. Through that, we could understand how to achieve the solution, and we could identify the object, because we are going to write object oriented, pure object oriented Java program, not simply Java program. So finally, the third one, algorithm. In this algorithm, well defined steps we identified, we have written the well defined steps to implement the program. In that, we discussed first declaration of instance variable, and thereafter definition of 6 instance methods to achieve the task. With that, mentally, we got 100% clarity over the program. Now, one thing you must remember, the three phases together are called design. In designing phase, no computer is required. Actually, most of you are having a habit, whenever some problem is given, simply you sit on the computer. That is really very bad habit. Actually, you have to apply your brain. Computer does not do anything. It is your servant. Understand? You are the manager. So first complete the design phase. That means whatever steps I explained so far come under design phase. Once the design is over, then you call your assistant. You engage your assistant computer. Then coding phase comes. So practically you can understand now the three are core phases, and first you have to develop capabilities uh, to think, to develop the three phases, then come to coding. Most of you think that coding is programming. Coding comes in the fourth phase. That's why I am focusing on this. Actually, coding comes in the fourth phase. Coding is not entire programming. Coding is one of the phases which is the implementation phase on the computer. That you must understand through this example. Now I write the coding. What you feel program, now I am writing. Before that, three steps are very very core, and those are human oriented. Understand? For that, no computer is required. No computer language is also required. That you must understand. Now computer enters in the fourth phase. Computer enters, as well as computer language, knowledge of computer language enters. That you must mind and write. Now we identified a blueprint class. What is the blueprint class? Student. Actually, we are writing student's report, student report. So blueprint is student. So this is blueprint class. The core of the thing is an identification of the blueprint class, identification of the object, then a corresponding blueprint you develop. Now class student I made out. Thereafter, we have to declare instance variables. If they require static variables also, we can declare. Now in this case, no static variables are required, and only instance variables are required. Now there are 10 plus variables. Which variables we have to take as instance variables? For that, actually at your level, definitely you will have some confusion. You may declare every variable as instance variable. May not be wrong, but it is not a correct logical procedure. That's why I am giving a simple thumb rule. What are the input variables? What are the input variables? And that means for which variables you are giving values, those variables only declare as instance variables. In this, many other variables are there, but for which variables you give values, that is name, class number, roll number, marks in five subjects, S1, S2, S3, S4, S5. There are other variables also, total calculate total marks, average marks, status, etc., grade, etc. are there. All those things through methods we calculate, and these things we give input. That's why what are the input variables? Those variables only you declare as instance variable. Then it is like a thumb rule. It helps you a lot without having any confusion and all that. Once you achieve command over the subject, any experiment you can make. Until you achieve command over the subject, if you follow certain thumb rules and all that, then without confusing, without wasting much time, you can write programs. Once you start getting result, then you start enjoying. It creates sense of achievement. First, instant result. As early as possible, you should implement and get the result. Once you achieve command over this, you can make 100 experiments. You can develop better program than whatever I am developing. Okay, now come to that. These 8 we declared as instance variables, 8 numbers. Thereafter I told you we have to define 6 methods, 6 instance methods. Instance method means via object we have to use them. They are setting data, calculating total marks, calculating average marks, calculating status. Status means whether student is failed or passed. For passed student only we give grade regardless of his average marks percentage. Thereafter calculate grade and print report. Now you write instance method very carefully. Now void set data. Set data is for initializing. Actually little later, that means in further chapters, instead of set data we define constructor. Set data and constructor, there is very little difference between them. That's why first the original form of constructor I am showing. Thereafter the sophisticated form you see. Then you can understand. You never understand it mechanically. That's why first initially set data. Setting data means set data means initializing data. How many variables you have to initialize? Then string 8 variables. That's why simple parameter names I have given A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So first one is string A. Here I think you must know. Here we cannot make a declaration like this, one data type and number of variables. It will not do. When you are declaring parameters, then for every parameter you have to declare individually and separate them with commas like this. Always you follow this. String A, int B, int C, D, E, F, G, H. Now we declared all the parameters, and it is the header of the set data. Thereafter we are initializing name A, class number B, roll number C, S1 D, S2 E, S3 F, S4 G, S5 H. So in this way we are initializing all the instance variables. For that we have defined set data instance method. Thereafter the next one is we have to calculate total marks. Total marks formula you know that, S1 plus S2 plus S3 plus S4 plus S5. Now calculating total marks into total S1 plus S2 plus S3 plus S4 plus S5. Return total. Here total mark total we declare as a local variable that we are returning. Here one very important point is there. For this only we have given parameters, and all other methods we are not giving parameters. Actually this is a very crucial concept. It takes a lot of time to explain. In the first chapter I explained. In the first chapter as well as in project zone I explained why we have given parameters and why we are not defining parameters for other methods. That you must know. Here if I start explaining we are distracted from the main track, and that's why you learn one thing. Simple example I can give you. This method is like a mouth. This method is like a mouth, and remaining are like a heart, kidney, liver, etc. and all that. For heart, liver and kidney and all that, we never give any input. Whatever inputs they require, they take. And as far as mouth is concerned, you have to give inputs. So set data, feeding data, that's why here we are giving the parameters. This point you must learn, and in the chapter 1 as well as in project zone also. In project zone, all these projects I am explaining more formally, more detailed manner. Then if you are interested to become a programmer, you can watch those lectures. Okay, now in this way, calculate total marks we define. Now the third instance method, calculate average marks. For calculating average marks, you know the formula, total marks by 5. In this case 5, that's why number of papers 5 divided by 5 we are making. So here one very important code you have to learn. Total marks, actually we didn't define any instance variable. Actually a method, calculate total marks method, is calculating total marks and returning it. That's why we are calling it in the body of calculating average marks. We are calling calculate total marks by 5. Then as a result of this call, what happens? The total marks are produced here because it is returning. It is returning total that comes here. Okay. Then average marks are calculated, and that is returned. That is returned. That is the purpose of this thing. Thereafter, find status. This is very crucial point, because in logic our logic should be foolproof. Now there should not be any loopholes. Here common sense and aptitude play a vital role. Here once you have to award a grade to a student, one thing, average marks is the base. But before that, what you have to test, whether the student has passed in all the papers or not. If student failed in one or more papers, how can you give grade? He may get 75%, but he failed in one subject. He is treated as failed. He not deserved for getting a grade. That point you have to remember. That's why we have to find out the status. Status means it is either whether failed or passed, we have to know. When you can declare somebody is passed in all subjects, that minimum pass mark is 40%. So first you can ensure that he passed in all the subjects. Now for that, the corresponding code you write. Actually here we are declaring status as int, because we are representing pass with 1, we are representing failed with 0. That type of representations you have to make. Otherwise strings and all that, it is very difficult. It makes the code very difficult. So here simple way. Now what type of code we are writing? Int status. 1 represents pass, 0 represents failed. What code I have written? If S1 is greater than or equal to 40, and don't write R. So now S1 is greater than or equal to 40, S2 is greater than or equal to 40, S3 is greater than or equal to 40, and S4 is greater than or equal to 40, and S5 is greater than or equal to 40. What does it mean? If he passed in all subjects, if he gets 40% or more in all papers, status is 1. That means pass. Else means, now you see there are 3 options: less than, equal to, greater than. Here 2 options we are covering here: greater than or equal to. Else means, what is the clear meaning of else? Less than. Less than. Even if you write R and all that, then you get wrong result. And even if we get less than 40% mark in one paper, only one paper also, it comes under else category. and the status is 0. Then you declared a failed, return status. Status is returned. Okay, when we use this, actually while giving grades, we have to consider that if a status is 1 only, he is reserved for grade. Otherwise, he comes under failed category. That point we have to remember. Now, I am explaining the fifth method in this program, calculate grade, and its type is void. Its return type I declared as void because it does not return anything. It prints some information, but it does not return anything. In the same way, if you consider previous 4 methods which I explained, first one set data, it does not return anything. That's why I declared as void. Remaining 3 methods, calculate total marks, calculate average marks, find status. The 3 methods are returning integer values. That's why the return types I declared as int. Now calculate grade does not return anything. That's why I declare as a void. Now here we have to supply 2 parameters to that. In order to calculate grade, what inputs are required? The average marks are required. Next thing is whether he passed or not. Status is also required. 2 things we have to consider. That's why average marks we want, but we calculate elsewhere in a calculate average marks method, and calculate status. This also find status method calculated. So what we are doing, in order to access these variables, in order to initialize these variables, we have to call those methods and initialize. This you remember. If this information is available only, this method can calculate whether candidate is passed or failed, what grade he got, all that it can calculate. That we are providing it here. These are local variables. Local variables are initialized by the call of corresponding methods. This point is very important. Without providing information, you cannot ask any method to calculate certain thing. Without giving wood, you cannot ask a carpenter to make a chair. Understand? What are the corresponding inputs you should give? So it is like a carpenter. Now we are providing wood and wood paint, etc., and all that. Then he can do that. Okay. Thereafter, now we are choosing if else, if else if statement, else if ladder. Already I told you, switch also you can use, but because this is multiple branching, because out of several options we are choosing one. That is what we call multiple branching. In this, now two types of statements are available: switch and else if. Else if is much smarter, and in that, without writing complete code also, partial code, we can get the result. That's why it is more readable also in this context. That's why I have chosen instead of switch. Using switch also we can do that, but it becomes more complicated and less readable, and else if ladder is the right statement in this context. Now what I am doing, average marks 70%, greater than or equal to 70%, and status is 1. You know that 1 means passed. Student gets 70% or more, and if he passed, then we declare them a passed with a distinction. Now you see, actually this else if simplifies the code. Actually you have to write one more point also: average mark greater than or equal to 70, and average marks less than or equal to 100. That also you have to write. That need not write. Actually, else if average marks greater than or equal to 60, you need not write. Average marks less than 70, you need not write. Okay, and status is 1. Then pass first class. In the same way for 50, pass second class. 40, and status 1 passed third class. In this way, SOP statements you are writing. Else. Else means now all the options we covered, only one less than 40 we are not covering. Less than 40, what does it mean? Less than 40. Then failed. For failed student, we never give grade. Okay, in this manner, we have to write the fifth one. Choosing the right tool is right statement is the real smartness of the programmer. Overnight, nobody can get it. But out of your experience, once you interact with many statements, you know that what is smartness of each and every statement, what is the unique smartness of each and every statement, and in particular domain which is suitable, you can understand. Nobody can teach you. Already I told you, I can teach you what is poetry, what are the flavors available in that and all that. But I cannot make you poet. If you want to become poet and all that, you have to learn all these things, and you have to apply your aptitude, your creativity, your common sense, and all that. Then you have to write your poetry. I cannot make you to write poetry. I can explain you all the poetry domains, and I can explain the techniques and many other flavors in the poetry. That point always you remember is the fifth method. Fifth method. Thereafter, sixth method is void. This is also void print report. Actually, in print report, actually in question, whatever statement I have given, the statement in the same format you have to produce. I have given this statement, you have to produce in this format. Actually, in this, everything you can write using SOP statements, and for three items. One is total marks, second one is average marks, third one is grade. For the three things, you should call the corresponding methods. Which methods you call? Calculate, total, marks you have to call within the SOP, and calculate, average marks you call to print average marks, and find grade. This is not find grade, calculate grade. Then you can get printed the corresponding data. In this way, within the body of the method also, you can call other methods. Understand? Suppose you engage a plumber for some sanitary work and all that. Then this is, let us say, is a plumber. Then plumber may call a mason for cement work and all that. He calls mason. After work is over, it should be painted and all that. He may call a painter. How it happens in real life, in programming also, if you call one person, one expert, one specialist, in order to complete his job, he calls other specialists also. Very commonly, you can find in the real time. In the same manner, in order to perform its job, the print report function, print report method, call calculate total marks, calculate average marks, calculate grade methods.